we go. Another day, another stream, eh? Right, let's get the things spun around and pop you there, and then angle you down. There we go. We get the chat on this one as usual. I will be with you momentarily. It's always quite weird when I turned it around and I can't see the screen. I can't see data on who's in. I could be talking to complete air. Ah, dear. We have Emmy in. Hi, Emmy. That really cheered me up seeing your song put out today. You did such a good version. It was amazing. I watched it loads of times. Oh dear. Let me get the chat settings sorted. We've got Sue in. Hi, Sue. I'm all right, Sue. And Gracie. Hi, Gracie. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good day, Emmy. You seem to have been busy. I saw you put another song out. I did comment about that, how I've been singing that one as well, Ordinary, by whoever it is. Me and Ethan have been using that one to kind of practice his singing with. So we've both been singing that quite a lot in the last few weeks. I am not moving my stuff yet, Gracie. So I'll give you the story of what's happened today. So I was waiting for the insurance company to call me, as you might remember, on Thursday. Last week we kind of sorted a lot of bits and pieces out, the lady said that she needed to get in touch with a particular department, team, whatever, in the third claims department, whatever it is, and they would get back to me about dealing with accommodation and stuff like that. And I'd sort of said it'll be quick with it, and she was like, yeah, I'll put a note on to make sure they call you back ASAP, which they never bothered to do. So today, which I figured if I give them, like, 48 hours, I tried to call them today, and yeah, there were no notes on the file about it or anything like that, and I seem to have basically been forgotten about. So I went through it all again with some brand new guy, and yeah, he seemed to be struggling to deal with it and told me that he'd have to call me back. And I said, well, look, I've already been told to get called back and I need it sorted today, so will you call me back very soon? He's like, yeah, I'm looking at my supervisor now, I'll go over and talk to her in a minute when she's off the phone, and then I'll call you straight back. I said, great. And I gave him about, I don't know, almost an hour. And to be fair, I'd had a text message from them previously sort of saying about like how to contact them, and there's like an online hub and a phone number, and it says that the phone number is available between, I think, 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. or something like that, but it's definitely 7 p.m. And so anyway, so I didn't think much of it, and so I called him back a little bit later, and because he said that they were going home at like 5:30, so I thought, you know, I'll give him a little bit before that and I'll call him. And I got basically through to machine saying that they were closed because apparently they close at 5. And I was like, well, that's really useful because your message said you were open till 7. This guy said you were open till 5:30, but apparently I can't ring through after 5 o'clock. And he did then basically send me a message at like 5:30 to say, I'll call you in the morning to deal with this. And I'm like, well, that's a bit rubbish because you already know that my van could be picked up any point from 7:30 in the morning. So I sent him a message back, said, look, I'm not packing anything up and I'm not going to hand over my van until I've got something basically solid. And so that's where we're at. I'm not clearing my van, I'm not handing it over to anybody until I know what they're going to do for me for accommodation, because yeah, I just don't really fancy messing about my own, put myself to a load of trouble for this, only be told that I'm not getting any level of compensation for it, and I'll have put myself out all for the pain of some idiot who can't drive. So I feel like somebody definitely needs to be basically doing something to assist me with it. So yeah, so we'll be putting a pin in packing until at least till the morning. So I'm going to be on to them straight first thing in the morning. I'm going to be calling them up, and I'm not going to get off the phone until I've dealt with them. And if the people decide to turn up to pick up my van before I'm ready, they'll get told, so you'll have to come back another time. And the bill for them having come out and wasted their time will go to the insurance company. Simple as that. Yeah, they've been real rubbish, Gracie. They really have. Hi, Banana. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Let me go back a little bit. I've been talking for a while. Hi, Eddie. Good to see you. That was a good song choice of yours for Emmy to sing. Emmy has a great voice, doesn't she? We've got Taylor in. Hi, Taylor. Good to see you. Yo. Emmy says, sorry, I had to leave for a bit. If you want, you can. If you want, you can tell me what you said. I was just saying how good you are, Emmy, and me and Ethan have been singing that other song that you put out today as well quite a lot, because it's one we use for practice. And I did send a comment about that, to be fair. But yeah, it's been really lovely listening to your rendition of Double XL. You got the proper voice for it, and you got the melody bang on. Anyone who hasn't checked that out, go check it out. I posted about it, so there's a link on my last post, or you can just go through to Emmy's channel if you can click through, and I'm sure she'll appreciate some support on her channel there. Oh, what's going on with this? That could be better. I'm going to go with that. That's a weird one, but we'll do that. How you been, Taylor? Hope you're well. Yeah, I didn't even know that's who it was by, to be honest, Ellie. I just knew the song because we've been singing it. I'm not very good with names of songs, and certainly not names of artists, unless I've listened to them so much that I start to remember. But it takes quite a lot of listening before I start remembering. Oh, these are not the pieces you want right now. What am I doing here? I'm going to do that. I have notifications on your channel, so I've already said. Oh, cool. Yeah, I never know. Some people don't have Some people don't have that bell on, and then they never know what I'm up to. But it's very wise of you to have the bell on. I hope the rest of the YouTube family is just as wise. Going scuba diving soon. Wow, Taylor, where are you going scuba diving? Somewhere cool, I hope. Oh, what is this doing to me? I'm going to do that. Banana says, I'm so sorry, but one time I was in class and my mind was like, oh my Lord. Yes, we get that a lot. We get that a huge amount, Banana. Almost every time I stream, somebody comes in and says that. Usually it gets modded. It doesn't show up, but yeah, it's very common. Oh, look at that. It's a perfect piece for there. Boom. That's how you use a really dodgy piece like that. We're going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do that one. Get two down to there. You're all right, Banana, don't you worry. It doesn't offend me. I don't think I actually look like him at all, but a lot of people I think just see it because of the grey hair. I don't know. And there's definitely mixed opinions about that in the chat. Now look, this is really good, this bit. I'm going to use two together to turn them two into one and get a corner, which I can now close up using that. Boom. And we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, which is solid, and two of them are corners here. That could have been better, but we'll go like that. Well, we've got human commenting in. No, wait. Human commenting is Max. Is it Max? I kept calling J Max by mistake, but human commenting, you're Max, aren't you? There we go. I keep getting my names confused. It's been a while. How are you doing, my man? Hope you're well. And what's Ellie saying? Molly's a lot better looking than that thing. I appreciate it, Ellie. Also, you got new headphones. Sweet. What kind of headphones did you get? And we've got Sarah in as well. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you again. Always lovely to have you in. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to travel to Birmingham for me. A bit hard with my van out of action. You'll be waiting a while. I'm still waiting to figure out what on earth I'm going to be doing for living situation for the time being. When I actually get this thing taken, I'm wondering if I can maybe press them to do like a evaluation or whatever, without actually taking the van away. I don't see why it would be so difficult to get a guy to come out and have a look at it. So that's what I'm going to be pressing for going forward, I think. Getting some bad pieces now, but we're creating parts that make it work. Just a cheap pair. Do you know what? I've got my headphones, or earbuds I should say, the ones that I have. I used to have some Pixel Pros, and then I got the Pixel Pro 2s. And I'll be honest, the Pixel Pros were really good. The Pro 2s were useless, right? They'd come out my ear all the time, and they basically had loads of troubles. I didn't like them, so they put me off of Pixel. So I decided to try something by Anker, because I use Anker power banks like all the time. This thing I've had for years. This thing is amazing, this charging block, and I've got a couple others that aren't quite so good, cheaper versions that don't do the PD charging and stuff. I got those for my cross-country trip, and they've come in handy because I use one of those. Yeah, I've got one up here actually, a slightly bigger version of that. It's the same capacity, it's just much bulkier, but it was cheaper, and I needed a couple of them to get me across the country, so I kind of had all my batteries all sorted out to get me across, but I still needed to charge up from time to time. But these have been brilliant. These are the Soundcore ones, but that is by Anker, I'm pretty sure. I'm not quite sure. I think the Soundcore A1s, I think is what they're called. But they're not noise cancelling. The Pros were noise cancelling, but I found that wasn't hugely necessary. It's quite useful when I had the everyone in the van, and it would kind of cancel out everyone else's noise. But when I'm on my own, or it's just me and Ethan, like, I don't need noise cancelling. But these things are great. One of the things I like about these, not that this is a review channel or anything, they had loads of these bits were like where it goes in your ear. They had loads of different sizes of those, but also this bit here is made of the same sort of silicone stuff, and these are replaceable, and you can change the size of this bit. So this literally fits perfectly in my ear canal, but also within my ear. So it sits beautifully, and it just never moves, and it's really comfortable. And the sound's actually very solid as well. Quite a little bit more bass than the Pros had, but I quite like that. What on earth, Taylor? I could only wish. Sent 400. Max saying, been good, thank you, brother. How have you been? Well, Max, you might not have seen, but somebody crashed into my van. Did you see the video? Basically a week ago today. So yeah, my van has been out of action for the last week, and I've not been able to move it at all, which has been very, very annoying. And I've been dealing with insurance companies again today, and for the first time of all the times I've been dealing with them, they have started to let me down, and I'm getting a bit annoyed with them. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell right now, my buddy. Yeah, go check it out, man. If you clearly haven't seen the little video, it's like a 1 minute video on my channel, like probably the last video I posted, I think. So obviously I've done live since, but that's the first actual just video. So if you go to my channel, have a little look, it's well worth the watch for the 1 minute. The 1 minute investment is easily worth it. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm gonna put that one here. This has put me right at the edge of the table. How annoying. Mine are pommel, well, some random thing. No clue how you say that, but they were like £8. Oh yeah, well mine were more than £8 to be fair. So that's yeah. I'm going to do that. It feels weird to do that, but I'm going to do that nonetheless. I'm going to close this one off so I don't have to deal with that one. We've got some really bad pieces here. These are not what I would call copacetic for this at all. I've got a corner down here which isn't too bad. I'd like to get that around up to here, but I don't know what I can really do with that. Don't like that at all there. If I do that, I'd need a C closer, but I've already used one. One of the ones that push it across the other side could work. We've used the opposite one here. Yeah, there's a couple of options here. I think I'm going to do that. It leaves me only specific options for that, but that's what we're going to have to do. Oh, it's rough. It's rough. We'll do that. We'll use up a corner, and we'll try to get that one around to here. Got that corner here. Job done. We've got another single close. I think we'll just potentially single close that. We'll see what's going on here. I've closed the wrong one. If I closed that, that would have gone there, but I was trying to avoid some issues over here. How frustrating is that? I'm going to go with that there. That'll have to do. We've got a single close. If I put that there, we're down to just a C close there. I don't like that. I could close that one off, but I think my best bet here is to actually use that one and create this sort of zone here. Let's move that over here. I think you guys can not quite see what I'm doing there. Let's move over. You're watching The Walking Dead. I've got to admit, I never got into that. I've seen a few clips on YouTube, but that is the most I've seen of that. Yeah, you go do it, Max. I'll see you in a little bit. Enjoy, my man. Enjoy. Oh, that's really frustrating. All the wrong pieces. I'm just going to go with that, create another corner. Yeah, let's do it. Aha, here we go. This is one of the pieces I was talking about. And now we've got a potential C close there if we want it, but there's some other options too. The options here were not exactly how I want them. Really? Let's do that. Oh, this is a bit annoying, but there, let's do that. Bring that one out here, keep them even. Okay, that's what we're doing with this. I think we'll try to bring this one across. I'm going to close that up. Oh, that's really frustrating, but we'll do that. We'll do that. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, yes, what a piece. Look at that. That is what we needed for that part there. Now let's see what we've got here. Okay, we're going to close that one off. That leaves us with the one just here, which I think you can just about see on the screen. 2, 3, 4. That's all we have to close off now. So let's see what we get on the next pull. There's another closer. Okay. That could be used over here if I want to, but we've got other options right now. I don't really want to do much with these, but then that's going to be a hassle. If I do that, I'm bringing it too much in. Can't put that there. This is a problem, this one. I don't like this. I think we'll go with a close here and see what we get. I have options. Got Eddie saying, what's that? I have spent 45 minutes on it so far. What's that, sorry? Oh, you're making a present for me. Okay. What on earth could you be making for me, Ellie? That's unusual to see that in the chat. And Human saying, oh, sorry, Max saying, just watched it. Bloody hell, man, the guy driving has some bad eyesight, but really glad you're okay. Yeah, so me and Ethan were in the back, Max. We were stood in the back of the van, and the van got sent about 2.5 meters backwards, as you can probably imagine from that collision. He went full pelt at us. Yeah, I don't think he even touched his brakes. Oh dear, I can laugh now because we're okay, but my lord, that was deadly. Oh, I can't even use this one here because of that. What I need is the wiggly thing. Do we have one? Now that's the one I need, and I've used it there. So I need to put a closer on this, which is possible, I think. We've used one there. We've used a second one here, that's two. We have another one of those, so we've got a closer for this, that's okay. There are pieces that would fit that. So, but I'm just not sure how many pieces there are that would fit that. So I'm going to go with this, I think, for now. That has to be done. Oh, there we go. There's a closer for that. Lovely. Okay. Then we're going to do this one here because we've got to get that one out. So now we've got a corner, which is dangerous, but I've got not a lot of choice. Oh, that is deadly, actually. Maybe I don't put the corner in yet. I've got not a lot of choice. That has to go there. This has to have a corner on it, else we're done. Ah, how rude. So what's Ellie saying? You're going to have a big present soon. I will get Gracie to send you it. How will Gracie send me it? Oh, it's digital. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, if you're gonna, you can, if it's by email, you can send something if you want, Ellie, like that. As long as it's something appropriate, it's okay. I know I said about needing sort of parental permission for someone your age to be chatting on email, which is still true, but you're welcome just to if there's something you want to send, if it's like a thing, but as long as it's appropriate, please keep things appropriate, and it's okay. Let's have a little look here. Yeah, I really can't. The only thing that could fit in that is that, and it won't go because of that. Stuffed it. That was my own fault. What can I do? That's cool then, Eddie. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's just a bit of a thing. Like if there's somebody who's as young as yourself, it can lead to some issues for everybody if there's kind of like private communications and stuff going on a regular basis and stuff like that. We hear of these scandals all the time, and yeah, just one of those things. It's got to be appropriate, which is why I say it's good to get parental consent for stuff. A bit like how Gracie wanted to come out with us on a camp trip when she heard about what was going to go out with Sparker, and she was like, "Oh, I'd love to go out on that." I was like, "Well, you could, but we definitely need parental consent on that one." Potentially even get your dad to come along or something. That'd be cool. Yeah, it's because I do hope to do some meetups with some of the adult members of my YouTube family at some point. There'll be something I'm going to try to gear towards maybe during the summer. If not this one, then the next one. But yeah, any underagers will have to have parental consent to be able to come along to those things. Oh, we've got lots of chat. Let me just check this. It should be done in a few hours, hopefully. Oh, cool. And Gracie's back in. Oh yeah, if it's something you can put on the community, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome, Eddie. Yeah. I'll admit, I assume I get notifications if someone puts something on there. I don't often go in and check the tab. I'm a bit terrible for that. I should go in and check just to be sure, because YouTube's a bit useless with posts and community stuff. It really kind of like puts that on the back burner. It gets a bit annoying. Yeah. It's all right, Gracie. I think Ellie was just a bit worried because I'd like explained to her a bit in the past about like us not having like, I mean, it's a bit, you and me talk a bit, Gracie, but it's like you're a bit older. It's still a bit, yeah, but we keep things proper appropriate, so I'm sort of okay with that. But Ellie is much younger, so Max is saying I'll be up for that, brother. Nice one, Max. Yeah, yeah. It's got to be done. I'm probably going to do a fair bit of travelling this year, and I know that when I'm travelling, I'm almost certainly going to be near some of the family members, and I will always put it out there where I'm going to be travelling to, and if anyone wants to basically do a little bit of a meet up, you know, have a drink together, get a tour of the van, just hang out, maybe go for a walk, whatever the person is into and up for, we can get around to doing something. It's just an excuse to connect with some people, basically. I'm very curious now, and he's got me all like, oh, what could it be? We've got Betting Pete saying, what's that game called? It is called Bandido. I'm aware, no, it's not actually mirrored on this, is it? I've got it right. There you go. It's called Bandido. It looks like that, and it's very cool. It's good as a group game, but it's a really nice game to be able to just play on your own, which is something I do need to have. Is plenty of games that I can play on my own. I keep wanting to do the Connect 4 with you guys, but I'll be honest, my brain has just been so fried lately, and today of all days I'm feeling very stressed, so I don't feel like I could focus and play the game very well. You can tell I'm already struggling just with a bit of Bandido, which I shouldn't be struggling with, but I really am. Wow, I'm getting a lot of single close things going on. I'm going to get that one away a bit. I've built myself into a bit of a weird situation with that one. So I think we're going to need a bit of time to kind of just close that one off. Oh, we've got a corner. Build that up there. Gonna put that one there. Then we're going to do that one. Wow, I've got so many single closes right now, and I've kind of stuffed myself with this nonsense here. That's very annoying. I'm going to do that there. Oh, that's the one. We can look about single closing some stuff up now. We will single close this. That leaves us just the two up here. Come on. Yes! Job's a good un. Job's a good un. Sorted that one. Boom. That's what we got in the end. Taylor saying, I'm not in Britain. Yeah, I get that. It's more, I mean, most of the YouTube family are UK based. You never know. Eventually, some international travel could be on the cards. Taylor, is it Australia? Is that where you're from? I'm trying to remember, but I seem to think that was where you said. Grace saying, I'm going to upload something there now. Maybe doing an event. Yeah, well, this is the idea. I'd love to do some events and stuff as well, Gracie. Yeah, because this channel's it's going to be all about connection, like about just me shooting a breeze, talking about what I think about, sharing my life, and just connecting with people. You know, just trying to kind of foster that kind of, you know, because I do think, you know, obviously it's a common thing that everyone kind of understands now, is that social media has connected people in some ways, but also disconnected us in others. And the way that we don't sort of we fail to interact with each other in the way that we used to, basically. One of the clips that really sticks in my mind is this one about like last days of school, and how like it used to be everyone would be going around with like shirts to sign, and they'd all be talking to each other, and they'd be taking photos of each other and stuff like that, all with each other. And then they flicked to what it is like today, where it's like everyone's just on their phones, and it's more about posting stuff on social media. And sure, they'll be taking some selfies together, but it's mostly geared towards putting it up on like their Instagram or wherever. And yeah, it's kind of not the same thing anymore. We're focused so much online, and to be fair, people even before online didn't always understand how to connect and how to reach out to people properly, but it's kind of made it worse in some ways. So I do want to gear towards that, and an event. sort of thing would be really cool. Can you show me your face? Can you not see my face, or do you want me to sit and stare at the screen for a second? That's gonna be hard without laughing on. That's it. That's all you get. Oh dear. I assume you can post in the community, Gracie. Taylor didn't know my name was Moldy. That's all right, Taylor. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It happens. Is his eyes brown? I've been told they're hazel. I'm not very good with like colours, to be fair. I'm not good with knowing what colours is what. But I used to think they were light brown, but I was told they're hazel. That gives me an idea what you might be working on. Yeah, that was a very big hint, I think. Don't really want to use up a corner right now. I'm going to put that one here. Oh, Gracie's posted something. Obviously, I can't check during the stream, Gracie, so I'll check at the end. I'll be about for a bit of chit chat, I'm sure. Not a huge amount, because I want to try and get to bed at a good time tonight, because I'm going to have to be up early to try to deal with the insurance company first thing in the morning, because I've also got to then try to actually get out for some work as well, which would be all fun and games. God, this is annoying. Well, do you know, I'm going to put that one there. That makes more sense. That one can go there. Right, we're gonna bang that there. We're gonna create ourselves a corner by coming back around. I like that. That's a nice move. Oh, so we have a corner to close that off, but we also have one we can turn it to 1. And then we have this one, which, to be fair, could be slightly better use of a corner right now, is to use it for one of them. That's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Do you know what I should have done? I should have put that there like that. That was my bad, but it's too late now. Go with what I've done. I'm going to put that there. Ooh, I don't like that. That's risky. I don't like any of that. Oh, I need another piece anyway. Let's see what we'll get. I like that. That's usable. Oh, I like it even more now. Yeah. We will close that one off. Just take the opportunity. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. If I did that, I can't do anything with it. If I did that, still got the same problem. Ooh, I don't like any of this. This is bad. What have I done that for? That is mental. Well, I'm going to go there with the corner, just to keep things straightforward. Let's have a look, see what's going on in the chat. Taz says, I went to bed at 8 AM. That's crazy. We've got Greg in. Hi, Greg. Good to see you, my man. I'm good. I'm good. You can call me Moldy, Greg. That's what everyone calls me. I should introduce myself sometimes in the chat, I feel. Oh, but you know, it's so close to working. If that didn't have this piece here, I could have then put that underneath and they would have tied up together nicely. Can I do anything with these? Yeah, I'm going to do this. And then that. That's savvy. And I'm going to create that bit. I'm going to put that there. We'll create a corner and another corner. 2 corners. Now that's a really nice piece to work in the corners. We can shut that off up here. We have corner pieces, but just not the type to really close things down. But we can do that one there, closes that corner and creates a potential for another C close. We can close this corner up here. See what we get. Oh, that'd be tempting. But the problem is it points it towards that. We need a certain closer for that. If I was to put that in there like that, that would not be good. But what about, yeah, I like that. We'll go with that. And then we'll put that one there. Still on 2, they're just a bit further apart. I could turn it into a corner. There's no big danger. I know I can't turn it into a corner, that's talking nonsense. I don't know, doing that, there's some risks to that. I don't like that. Let's do that. Let's keep them individual. Oh, I don't like any of this now. If I go there, we'll close that one off. I needed a bit of luck, but we didn't get it. We'll put that one here. Let's have a look, see what we have. Lucky Gracie getting sneak peeks. And now she wants cake. So Greg, how are you, my man? Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping busy. What am I doing here? I'm gonna put this one here. That one here. Oh, we've got one over here I've forgotten completely about. What on earth? Why have I got 2 of these here now? That's really annoying. They're all going to be bad. They're all going to just create problems and more problems. If I do that, it's not good. So I don't know. What else can I do here? Oh, this is bad. No, don't like that at all. I'm going to do that, see what we get. It's not ideal, but yeah, okay, we don't mind that. That's not much use right now. Oh, I've got to use one of these up. I just don't like them pieces at all. Oh, that's annoying. I've created so many openers now. Oh god. Right, that's actually quite good. That's a good piece. That's a good piece. We put that in there. Now we've created more and more corners. This we like. There is the reverse of that would get in there, but I don't know. It's over here. That's a bit annoying. Let's have a look at the chat again. Greg saying, how's the son doing today? I hope he's okay today. Yeah, Ethan's all good. I've seen both boys have sent me pictures of themselves with their little budgie sitting on their heads today. It was rather cute this morning. They love their little budgie. Being used as a perch as well seems to be a highlight for them. I'm gonna just turn that this way just so I'm not off the edge of the table for now. Oh, this is becoming really frustrating. I'm gonna do that. Oh, so the problem is, God, I'd use that, but I can't. I'm gonna go here. Oh, not quite. The reverse would have been good. Thing is, we've already used the reverse one here as well. I don't know how many are left that will work in here. Problems. What we're doing, I'm going to do this. It's a terribly useful corner, but I'm sort of treading water here, waiting for a piece that's going to work, and it's just It's turning into a terrible situation. I have a bad feeling about this game. We have a closer. I'm going to use it over there. Get that done. Oh, I can't even use that. That is diabolical. Wait, if I do that, have we got the right... We'd need a piece like that. I don't know how many of them we have. I think we only have one. No, we've got two, but they've both been used. No, so we can't even do that. That is rude. That is super, super rude that we can't even do that. Oh, what am I going to do here? Oh, it's just going to get ridiculous. There is no good move here. That's bad. I'm going to do that. Call me mental, but that's about the best I think I'm going to get with this. I'm going to do that. Ooh. I don't know that we can do much here. I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to close that one. Just not getting the right pieces. We have a corner up here. We're just going to shut that down, see what we can do. If I put this here, we don't have the right piece, do we? No, we cannot get that piece there. Oh, that's so frustrating. I'm going to do that. Will that work? No. We need to do something with this. If we got another one of them, and then the appropriate corner, would be all right. I think it's not. Well, I think it's not unsolvable, but it's just brutal. I'm going to turn that into a single. We've got Betting Pete saying, "Don't know why, but your streams have a common effect on me. Great to have it in the background whilst away." That is brilliant. Yeah, I was just thinking about that actually, because I was cleaning windows today, and there was a young lad. I don't know what his age was, but obviously it's half term, so he was sitting in his conservatory while I was cleaning the windows, and he was busy playing with, I don't know if it's Lego or something, and he had a Minecraft stream on in the background, and it made me think, yeah, a lot of the younger age, like when I, like obviously, you know, the older generation might have something else on the background, maybe, I don't know, a bit of a TV show, maybe like a bit of Red Dwarf, Only Fools and Horses, something like that. Or you might have, like, you know, the old Fish Bowl or something, like, I don't know, whatever floats your boat, maybe a bit of MTV, that sort of stuff. But obviously the younger generation, a Minecraft stream is exactly the sort of thing. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool if I had a few people who popped in and just left me on the view while they were doing their work or doing whatever they were doing? And I was like, yeah, that'd be really cool. We've got a Hey David, go C11 and then B12. I don't know who Ganny is talking to. B12. Oh dear. Oh, Taylor's off. See you in 20, Taylor. Don't you worry. Gracie says, I need to stop stalking Tom, Life of Tom, sometimes in the background. Oh, are you? Is that another channel that you watch, Life of Tom? Is that a bit like Life of Darren, but slightly different? Right. What are we doing here? I feel like there's something that can be done here. Oh, it's the wrong way round for that, but that could have been good. Nah, I'm not going to put that there. That's a problem waiting to happen. Oh, what can I do? I could put that there. That creates some potential opportunities, but also potential problems. But I think that's what I'll do. I'll put that there and see what we get. Ah, so this is something I was thinking about getting. If I get that one there, we like that. It's a shame that that one won't fit there, but we're going to need a corner for this. But I think there's more corners. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one as well. So we have 3 of the right pieces for that. That's no good. That can go there. That's going to be tricky. I'm really worried about that bit. But I think we'll go there with that. I am very concerned about this. I feel like a closer here and here could work, but I don't know how many straight closers I've got left. I've got one over here used. So I have a straight closer for here. And then this could be a left closer. We use one here. That's the wrong way. And we've used one here. So we've got one closer left that can go here and one here. So this should be all right as long as we use them immediately if we get them. So yeah, we should be okay. Got, oh, Dreamy's in. Hi, Dreamy. Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's been a rough day, to be honest. Oh, there we go. There's the corner one I was waiting for there. I've just been dealing with the insurance company and they've been infuriating today. Like, really let me down today. I've got Kit in. Hi, Kit. Good to see you, my man. How are you today? Always lovely to see you. Yes, kind of, said Gracie. Currently stalking Heathrow. You're stalking Heathrow? What's he? Look, is that like a channel for the airport, or is that a name of a YouTuber? I don't know. And we've got Vladdy back in. Oh, right, Vladdy's gone. Had to come in and just immediately be like that. Vladdy is gone. That was strike free, Vladdy. You are now hidden from the channel. You only have yourself to blame. I'm going to do this. Drastic moves need to be made. Right. Oh, I mean, I could do that and create a corner here, but I'd need the opposite one. And I think we basically used all three, didn't we? 1, 2, 3. So they're gone. So I wouldn't be that I can't do. I have to use the closers there. We're going to put that one there. That is, wait, we had another close like that. Interesting. Well, let's save that up. I'm going to put a corner in over here because I think we have C closes, don't we? We've used one up there. We've got no, we've used all the C closes. So, oh, that is the one for there. Now we just need the straight one here and we'll be all right. Potentially that. I don't know that I like that though. Potentially that. Yeah. Oh, here we go. We can use that there. Thing is, I think we're going to start struggling. I'm going to put that one there, close that up. There's the straight close for there. We're getting near the end of this thing. I don't know how many closes I've got left. And what I can do here. Oh, it's problems on problems now. I need to. I've only got 4 cards left to pull. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we've done this. I said it was going to be a difficult one. I'm going to try, but let's see. That could have been better. What about something like that? Potentially. I don't know how many corners we've got left that will come out. We used the 1 and the 2. So I think we've got 2 more corners. 1, 2 corners there. Single closer. I don't know that this is going to do it, but oh, I need to. No, we don't have that many corners. Busted, I tell you. That's a shame. There, 2 more pieces, but we don't even have a corner. Bad moves down here. Defeated. 1 for 3. Shocking. Shocking. Dreamy saying Vlad is definitely cat. I don't know. Cat's normally very respectable. That would be a very, very aggressively alter ego. We've got Carl in. Hi, Carl. Good to see you, my man. How are you doing? Hope you're well. That said, though, Cat has been known. He does have lots of alternative channel names to go by, like lots of different channels. And if he gets annoyed with me, then he does have a tendency to come in and be a bit silly with his alter egos. So yeah, betting pictures, who's Vlad? We don't know. Just some random that comes in from time to time. And I hadn't banned him up until this point. I just give him times out, but because he had sort of behaved for a little bit here and there, but he ran his. I gave him a little bit of rope and he ran it out today. So job done. Sorry, Carl, I can't do it. He was on a strike. He was on third strike warning already. He comes in talking about what I consider nasty things. I can't be having it. It's one thing to have a slip up from time to time. Like Rohan comes in, he says the odd thing that's a little bit not what we're looking for, but nothing super offensive. But Vladdy came in giving it all the proper offensive straight away, so we can't have that. How are you today, Dreamy? I hope you're well. It is lovely to have you back. One of my newer members of the YouTube family. Love growing it and seeing all the new ones coming by, like yourself, and like we've got Kyle in, and we've got a few others that have been very recent additions, like Taylor and Greg have been with us for a while now. It's all lovely. I think Ellie's here. What colour is Ethan's eyes? I don't know. They're kind of they're like a bit of like they're kind of bluey green with a bit of grey. They're one of those weird colours, if you know what I mean. That's like, it depends on the light and his mood a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's a tough one with his eye colour, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong though as well, because I'll tell you what, I'm not very good at eye colours. I'm one of these people, when someone goes, oh, like, what's someone's eye colour? I don't know. I have no idea. It's just, yeah, I don't know that I pay attention to things like that. Ah, dear. There's definitely, like, you know, plenty of video of him though. I'm sure you could go and find out, and there's somewhere he's come right up close to the camera. I'm pretty sure you could figure it out. Good to hear it, Dreamy. Your day's been better than mine then. Oh dear. I honestly thought the insurance company was going to handle me quite well. They seem to be dealing with it fairly decently. As soon as they realised it wasn't my fault and the other guy admitted fault, they seem to be dealing with it very well. But they have now let me down. And I'll be honest, up until this point, I was letting them just do whatever they wanted to do. So I was going with their company for the repair, and you know, and I just, you know, went for the date that they could give me, stuff like that for the pickup. But I'm less inclined to be so amenable now that they're giving me a little bit of grief. I'm a bit like, well, that respect goes two ways, thank you very much. Dreamy says, not quite new, I like to say a little mysterious. Oh, so have you been in as another handle name, have you? Ah. Or have you just been lurking in the background without saying stuff for a while? We get some lurkers in here, which is okay. We absolutely fine with the lurkers as well. And he's saying, I was hoping you. Yeah, I'm so terrible with eye colours and that. I'm just like, I don't even think about my own. And I barely know it. And we've got modded chat. So let's look at the modded chat. Oh, Eddie got modded. Let me go hunt your videos, be right back, and then got modded. Carl saying, I think that Ellie and Gracie provoked Vlad. Maybe they need time out. Just saying, they did nothing of the sort. I don't know how talk about people's pets could be seen as a thing that provokes talking about what Vladdy was talking about, and that was not even mentioned today until he popped in, and the first words out of his mouth were the thing that got him timed out on the last time he was here. So he was definitely looking for a bit of the wrong kind of attention. We'll leave it a mystery, says Dreamy. That's fair play. That's all right. Okay. Mystery is allowed. So we've got dad joke of the day. Here we go. I'm only familiar with 25 letters in the English language. I don't know why. I don't know why. Heard that one before. That's a bit of a like, it's not that cringy, but it's a bit of a lame one, that is. I wonder if Ellie was here to hear that one or if she's missed it. Yeah. I told the dad joke, Ellie. Did you miss it? Oh no. I know you love the dad joke. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh man. Shall I say it again, Ellie, or are you happy you've missed it? It was not a good one. Oh, I'll say it then, I'll say it. So it was, I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. I actually prefer you say, I prefer the version where you say, I only learned 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. And that's way better. We've got DJ Copra Rodriguez. I don't know. Rodriguez. Anyone know what this channel is about? About nothing at all. And he says, also your son's eyes are a blue grey. Yeah, there you go. I told you, it's kind of like a blue grey. Yeah, it's one of those funny colours. You know what I mean? Where the light does change them a little bit and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, Gracie, that's the point. The point of the joke is there's 26 letters, but I've only learnt 25, and I didn't learn the letter Y. Way past dad joke territory. Yeah, I don't think that's that. I mean, that's a little bit wide for dad joke, if you ask me. You're right, Dreamy. It's a little bit wide for that, but we'll allow. I mean, I'll be honest. This is obviously a very American deck of jokes, and I'll be honest, they're not great. They're like some really old, sort of well-known jokes. You could have done better. They could have done better, but you know, it was a gift for Christmas. Get some use out of it. We can at least laugh at how bad they are. I mean, and that's kind of the point of a dad joke in a way. It's so bad, it's funny. Or it's so bad that you have to repeat it a million times to get any level of reaction from people. That's usually the way it goes. We've got Green Bean in saying hi. Hi, Green Bean. Good to see you. Grace says, you know what I learned the other day of the months of the year? I have no idea, Gracie. Tell us. Okay, so you've got all of the initials. Well, you got Ma in there and Son. I don't know what else you want me to see. It's too cryptic for me, Gracie. You'll have to spell it out for me. Literally. Oh, blimey. Oh, I need to probably reload the stove. It's looking like it's getting a bit low. Let me move you guys over and we'll see about getting into our usual position. Let me just I'll put you there like that for a second. Oh, we've got a bit of log at the back. That's okay. So the front, it kind of split itself in two, and I've got like the half at the back that stays for a long time. That's useful. Reuse up. Got somebody who bought ones. Get one of these in. For a bit of nice, interesting flame. What that got? Wood bits all over me. Right. Go in there. I need to bin all the bits. Plastic in here. Burn the paper, because why not? Okie dokes. And you'll put this out of the way. Got a little bit of work to do. Just put this in here now. Got a couple more cloths that have been drying up in the shower room / dry room. Got one that was already on the radiator. It has not got quite where I want it to be. Got one of these back on there. Job done. There we go. Right. Yeah, I did a quick load of washing today after work, just to make sure I'm fully up to date, so that if they do take the van tomorrow, I don't have to worry about dealing with that. Because yeah, we don't need to have that having to be dealt with. Right, there we go. Yeah. And that should do the job. Hey, there we go. Oh, got that big light on. We don't ever need that. That always makes the lighting a bit weird. There we go. There we go. That's better. Perfecto. Have you got a dryer in the van? Sort of, yes. My washing machine is a washer dryer, so I can use that, but it's a bit of a kind of like hassle in some ways, because it runs off the engine, so I have to have the engine on when it's doing it, and so I could do that, and I might well have done that had I been able to run the engine, but with all the coolant having leaked out of it after the accident, it's a no-go. Can't use that for that. I can use it for washing because it doesn't use a lot of power when it's just doing a load, but I cannot use it for the drying, because obviously then it's using heating element, and that uses way much more power. Yeah, I noticed that you scheduled some lives, Gracie, and then I noticed this afternoon that you'd failed to do your live this morning. I was wondering what had happened there. Did you just forget? Oh, you got Jason D in there. Jason Derulo, I suppose. Well, because you didn't. If you'd have done the other ones lowercase and then those ones capitals, I might have got it. Green Bean saying, "Have you had a nice day?" Tough one, Green Bean. It's been a tough one dealing with insurance companies being like idiots, basically. Are you coming back from badminton? Are you had a good game? You've been winning now. Hope you have. Oh, you fell asleep. That does not surprise me, Gracie. This is why you're supposed to get your sleep at night, so you don't do that during the day. But you will be naughty and keep yourself awake at night, which is just a bit daft. But there you go. You'll learn your lesson hopefully, and then you'll get on your live streams a bit better. I'm going to try and sort this out there, but I don't like how the cameras. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Sienna is in. Hi, Sienna. Sugar boogers. That's what on earth is that? Oh dear. I take it you've finished your huluing or your hooping or whatever you want to call it already, or have you only just started? You got a bit of WWE tonight, Gracie. Who's on this schedule? Win some, lose some. Had some good games though. As long as the games are good, I don't know it matters if you're winning or losing. Right, that's pretty good. There we go. We've got some nice flame. I always wake up at 6, says Dreamy. Whoa. It's rare that I wake up that early, Dreamy. You can't get the eyes right. Eyes are one of the hardest bits, I always think, Ellie. If you're drawing people, yeah, that's tough. Do you do what you can? um, I'm good, Sienna. I'm just waiting on a surprise by Ellie. She's creating a surprise for me, apparently. I think she might be posting it in the community a bit later if she gets it finished. Oh yeah, doubles is a lot different to the singles we play, isn't it, Noah? Yeah, I mean, I've done a fair bit of doubles when I used to play like like a group thing, and it was fun. It was fun, but I do prefer singles. Oh, we've got some modded chat. Ah, there we go. Dear. I'm surprised that Senna did not go for it. She got modded for that. She just said, yes, Gracie, Molly filled me in last night. And I'm surprised Senna did not go for an innuendo there. Behaving today. Well done, Sienna. Dear. Sue, oh, Sue is still with us. Hi, Sue. You've been lurking in the background. What have you been up to today, Sue? I don't know if I asked you before, but if you answered, I can't remember. Taylor's back. Hi, Taylor. We have Gani in again, saying hello. Hi, Gani. Gracie looking for the opinion on the goss. That's fair play. Yeah, you can only say it so many times before it gets old, eh? Well, that's true, Sienna. Well played. Let's get that up a bit more. I thought it was going to keep burning, but it started to struggle. There we go. That's all right. I'll get some flame on pretty quick. I think we both agree, Gracie, that it is who you think it is, don't you, Way? That's good to know, Sue. Well, I say that. It depends on the chat, I suppose. It could be worth following. Could potentially not be. Oh, dear. Yeah, I tell you what, Sue, I need to manifest these insurance people sorting themselves out, I tell you. That's what I need to do. And then they need to get their act together. The eyes look so bad, says Ellie. Oh, dear me. Do your best, Ellie. That's all anyone can ever ask. No one ever expects perfection. Well, only some really bad people expect perfection from others. That's don't worry about those people. The rest of us, we're not that fussed. And I was saying, do you know it's another van or a B&B? No, they've literally not given me anything at all. To be honest, no, it was a step backwards today. So what happened was, I was obviously waiting for them to get in contact with me. And I thought they would on Friday. They did not. I was hoping maybe they'd get in contact on Saturday, because I'd like to have the weekend to kind of make arrangements. No such luck. So I thought, okay, I'll give them Monday when I'm working. As soon as I finished work, I'll give them a call, because I thought maybe they'd call while I was working. They did not call. And so I finished work, got home, and immediately called them to try to deal with it. Got a new person. They couldn't find anything on the file to do with like what I needed. And he was like, oh, so you need like a vehicle for work, like a like for like? And I, no, it's all dealt with. He goes, oh yeah, I can see that, it's all been dealt with. So what's the issue today? And I was like, well, basically, like, this is the issue. And so he's like, okay, I'll go and check on this and get back with you. So he put me on hold for like a long time, and he came back and said, right, I've talked to your insurance, because basically it's the same insurance company, but they're obviously different departments, and there's the departments who deal with you if you're under their insurance, and then there's the people who work as like the third party claims. So it's like they're dealing with it like in the terms of like they're at fault. So it's to do with who's at fault basically. And he first tried to see if it would cover under my insurance, and he came back and said, well, you're not covered under being over a mobile home. And I was like, well, it's down as being converted to a camper van. And that's definitely written on the policy, so I definitely notified you guys of that. And he's like, yeah, but you didn't say you were living in it. And I was like, well, there's no box for that. There's no box for that at all. And there was no question of like asking like for that at all. So it's not like you're asking any specificity on that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't feel like that's something on my end that I'm supposed to like even notify you of. Then he said, well, let me check with Art. And basically I had called him as the third party claims sort of unit. So then he started going, oh, I'll need to talk to my supervisor and see what we can do. And he said he'll call me back. And I said, well, look, I've been waiting for like 2 days or more, like all weekend basically. Can you make sure you do actually call me back? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, will do. I'll just go and talk to her as soon as she's off the phone, and I'll get straight back to her. I was like, okay. And he did not. He waited until basically a minute to their closing time. Well, actually, their closing time also was weird. So on the text messages I have received to tell me when I can contact them, it said until 7 p.m. on weekdays. And then when I call the number, it says it's closed after 5, even though he said they were there until 5:30. So yeah, just no one seems to know when they actually like close and when they stop working, which is mental. Yeah, so the current situation now is I've not even bothered to pack down my van and put the stuff into the other van, because I'm not going to bother doing that until I know for sure that I've got somewhere to stay and what's being organised. And I'll be honest, I'm not making a move on it until they give me something. And I've decided that I've been too agreeable at this point. They've acted pretty decently, got me a decent van for doing the work with and stuff like that. No problems, but at this point they're just jerking me around. So I'm like, well, obviously I'm being too agreeable. I need to get what I need, so I'm going to be less agreeable. So at this point, I sent him a message like after he sent me his one saying, call us tomorrow because we'll deal with it then. And I was like, nah, that doesn't work for me. So I sent back, said, look, I need to deal with it today, because these guys could be turning up anywhere from 7:30 in the morning apparently to pick up my vehicle. And I didn't mention that point, even though I said I needed it in the afternoon. And I said, look, if they turn up and I haven't got this resolved, I'm not handing the van over. So it's going to cause an absolute nightmare for everybody if this doesn't get resolved. And I'm like, and I know full well I won't foot the bill for them having sent somebody out to collect the vehicle, because they're sending out not just a driver, they're sending out a guy with a flatbed that this can go on, and that guy's charging absolute he's charging by the mile. No doubt about it. It's like basically recovery. So that's an expensive thing to have to do, and I know for sure that they don't want to have this guy send out for nothing. So I've just said that. I've said, look, I'm not that, like, I won't be able to hand my van over to them if I don't get this resolved first, because essentially you'll be making me homeless. and so he's like, well, call us and we'll get it sorted. And I'm like, I can't call you because you're basically closed. So one of you guys needs to call me. And he's just ghosted me at that point. So I guess I'm calling first thing in the morning and having to deal with this. And yeah, but they're leaving themselves, what they don't realise is they leave themselves less and less room, which makes me more and more angry with them, and more likely to be as, like, I don't know what's the word, as unagreeable as possible, let's call it. Since then, Ellie, I'm assuming you're working on a drawing. Are you working from an image? If so, in art class, our teacher sometimes made us turn our paper and inspiration upside down and then draw that way. Yeah, do you know what? I watch an ASM artist who does painting. I can't remember her name, but she always does, well, most of the time her videos are her doing painting, and she talks about how she does it. And quite often, when she gets a certain stage in it, she will turn her painting upside down to kind of have a look at it, sort of get a feel for it, and then carry on. But she normally turns it back the other way. Taylor's saying, bro, Vladdy yesterday was crazy. Yeah, well, Vladdy got blocked from the channel today because he came in just spouting the same stuff immediately. Not even a word of hello or anything. Just crazy. And he was already on strike 3, so that was that. Yeah, they pretty much are now. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Like, absolutely no. Yeah, yeah. Got to be assertive, and I will not be unpacking a thing. I mean, the thing is as well is I'm supposed to be getting out and working tomorrow, so that's a day of not working. If I have to deal with all this nonsense, I'm going to get up relatively early, get on the phone to them, and try and deal with it. And I'm going to say to them, look, these guys are due to come today. They could be here any bloody minute. I don't know. And you guys, I've got to unpack my entire home essentially to send it off to them. I'm not going to unpack. I'm not going to pack everything, but I'm going to pack everything that I need and everything that I'm going to need to, like, basically, because you guys can't even give me like a time frame of how long it's going to take to fix. And I'm not sure if you're even just taking it there to then basically tell me that it won't get fixed. So I kind of need some bigger answers now. Send the guy out, do the check now, and do it all without me even having to move it. That's going to be surely the better option. I've already given photos of it. So I'm a bit like, we could have done a little bit more groundwork before getting to this stage, and they haven't done anything. So I'm like, yeah, you guys are going to need to basically start doing what I want now. So I'm going to start saying about what my requirements are, and I'm going to be taking the lead on a lot of this now, I think. The Walking Dead is crazy. A guy's spine got ripped out by a zombie. Ooh, that'll hurt in the morning. Ah, dear. Hi, Carl. Welcome back. Yeah, well, to be honest, now it's fair that they don't know what they're doing with this situation, because it is unique. I get that. Not a lot of people who have a crunch in a vehicle then have to say to them, well, look, this vehicle is my home. If you take this away for repair, I need somewhere to live. I guess it must happen, because there's other van lifers out there, and there are people who even live in their cars. Maybe the people who are like living in them sort of like temporarily and stuff, they might not bring it up with the insurance and just figure out something for themselves. And I could do that. I could lean on friends or family and stuff. And I could even just go off and camp. If this was the summer, I'd be like, whatever, I'll just go out for a camp. I'd have probably said, you know what, I'm going to just take the week, go off, do like a trip with their random van. And I mean, I wouldn't like to sleep in the back of that, because the smell is quite strong in there. Somebody's obviously spilt something in the back there at some point, and they've not cleaned it up. So it's not the best smelling sort of back of a van. And if it was warmer conditions and it didn't smell, I'd be like, yeah, the back of that other van would have probably been enough just for like a week or something, or a few days. But I don't know how long they're going to have the vehicle. And this is the what if, because then I've got to think about Ethan as well. So there's a lot of things to think about. Well, he brought it himself, Kyle. It's as simple as that. Wow, freehand, Eddie. That's impressive. And I've not even been sitting still. Well, I'm a bit more still now, so it should be easier for you. I've just noticed I've got this like this weird bungee cord behind me, because I use that to keep the washing machine door open while I'm getting things in and out. Yeah, I think that's the thing though. I've got to just I'm basically going to make them work for me now at this point. I've got to make them work around me and handle the situation properly. They're too expecting that I'm going to bend over backwards. I'm like, no. Your man hit me, and it's not my place to put myself out. So, you know, it's essentially, I'm going to make it very clear to them that if I end up having to basically book a place myself, I will book a really expensive place, and I will put that down on my claim because I've made basically I've gone through some lawyers for some like a service for getting a what do you call it, a injury claim, but they have all the other stuff on there as well, so I can claim for loss of work, loss of like any other kind of like monetary stuff and whatnot. So I'm like, yeah, that'll go on there, and it won't be cheap because I'll just get an expensive place, or you guys can work with me now and we can make something which will be half decent and it won't cost you a fortune. But I'm going to make it real clear to them that like basically they've got to work with me or it's going to just be an absolute hassle for them. Kyle, behave, please. Laddie's got no one but himself to blame. We've got Cat. Hi, Cat. Good to see you. All right. Kyle, I'm afraid you're getting a timeout, my man. That's your strike number one. You get a 10-minute timeout to think about your behaviour with everyone else in the chat. No one here is to blame, except for Vladdy himself. Oh dear. No, I said, but they can talk with you and figure out the best way to handle it. Everyone on the same page. Well, that's the idea. They should have been doing that already. To be fair, the first couple of people I talked to were really solid. First couple of ladies, they were really solid, and they were obviously their front point people. They both clearly worked from home, lived in the UK, you know, fairly like sound kind of people. The last guy I talked to had the thickest accent, and I'm like, I don't. And he was like talking as if like he's looking at his supervisor, and I'm like, dude, the second you said that, it made me feel like you ain't looking at anybody. You're working remotely just like everybody else, but you're giving me fibs, and I don't like it. One of the women, she had like a delivery turn up, and she's like, it's kind of broke the kind of like, she goes, sorry about that. It's that was my doorbell. It's like I'm getting delivery, but it's kind of broken the illusion, hasn't it? I was like, no, don't worry. I'd rather think that you're working at home rather than in a big office, because that's I do think everyone who can work remotely should be. Yeah, I did say hi, Kat. Sorry, I'm well behind in the chat. Let me scoot down really quick. Gracie's saying, try your parents' house. What are you talking about? If you're talking about where a place for me to stay, the answer to that will be no. I'm good, Kat. How are you, man? You didn't have to repeat yourself, Kat. I'm just like really far behind on the chat. I will get to all your messages, don't you worry. Gracie saying, keep eating at his mum's until you get it figured out. Well, I can do that, Gracie. There were plenty of options, but that's not an option I'm really keen on doing, because I don't get all the time in the world with him anyway, and I don't think it's right that I get separated from my son because some guy hit me with his car. You see what I mean? Yeah. So there's what's right and there's what can be done. So what could be done is I could just like lean on a friend or family member, put them out, put myself out, because I'll be honest, I could probably ask my friend Luke, he'd probably let me stay there, but it's not, I wouldn't be that comfortable. I'd probably be putting him out if I'm coming and going, and it's, I'm not going to be comfortable. I'm not going to have privacy, my own space. Same problem if I go to my parents. They've offered me the gazebo at the bottom of the garden, but that's not going to have privacy. The whole thing's got like basically clear walls and stuff. I think they do have the ability maybe to shut that off, but they're going to be coming in without even being like giving me any kind of like notice. And yeah, and again, I'm not going to be comfortable. So it's one of those things. There isn't in this situation, you know, it was completely not my fault that this guy has done this, and we have insurance for a reason. And the reason we have insurance is because we're not supposed to be putting in any more inconvenience than is absolutely necessary in these kind of situations. So in reality, it's their responsibility to make sure that I'm not put out any more than I have to be, and making me spend extra time without my son. And also, if he doesn't stay here, he has to stay at his mum's. And what's his mum going to do? Because she's supposed to be working. Yeah. Now, Henry, he'll be at school, but what's he going to be doing? Sitting around at home on his own? then someone's got to be babysitting, and then, like, you know, again, are we leaning on family? Are we paying somebody for it? There's knock-on effects. So the insurance company don't get to say, oh, you deal with that. No. They get to basically make sure that I'm taken care of and I don't have to deal with it all. And we're going to be sorting that tomorrow morning. I'm going to be, I'm gearing myself up to have a right aggro with them. But I do it like proper. I don't go in there with swear words and all sounding aggressive. I just very calmly and very clearly draw a line and stick to it. And no matter how flustered they get, I just stick to it and say, no, look, this is, because I know their game. So I know that if I'm less agreeable, they just have to do what I'm saying. So, yeah. So I won't get irate and I won't get all shouty, but I will basically say, look, it doesn't matter what you say. I'll literally point blank say to this person, it doesn't matter what you say. I know that you will have to make me whole in this. It's unacceptable to make me spend time in, like, homeless. So you have to sort something out before you take my vehicle, and you have to basically make sure it's like good enough for me and my son to stay in. And anything short of that, I'll sort it out myself and sue you guys for it. So, and I can tell you now, I won't be going cheap option. So work it out with me, or we can sort it all out in the courts. And I'm pretty sure they'll know that because I'm not at fault and I've been caused with this. Yeah, because that's how it works. Like if I'm injured, if I've got stress, if I can't sleep well, because that's going on the court thing. A week of headaches and not sleeping well, because that's what's happened. I'm putting that down on the list of things that have inconvenienced me. That's for sure. Right, let's see. I think Cat's already got tired of waiting on me, and he's decided to head off. Sorry, Cat, if you're still here. Saying, guys, I love cats, but have you seen Cat in the boat? It's sad. Why would a person abuse it? I haven't seen anything like that. That's weird. Why would anyone have a video of that? What's Gracie going about loss of child? Gracie, you've lost me there. I'm not that innocent saying, hey Zip. I don't know who that is. But I don't know who Zip is, but hi, I am not that innocent. Do we have a bit? And we got 86 Tibbs saying, hey, just own a free Iron Fist monthly. What on earth? I don't understand that at all, 86 Tibbs, but welcome to the chat. Well, we've got modded chat. Let me just check on that. Seamus is in. Well, he got modded straight away, and we'll leave that modded. That was rude, and that was rude as well. Seamus, yes, we'll go with the Chavy. Get up, Chavy. Yeah. And we got somebody else in saying hello. Hello, Kalik, I guess is the name. Yeah, you're right now. Got to be assertive. And we've got Kalik saying he's been listening for 20 minutes. You've been lurking, have you? That's all good. Welcome to the chat then, my man. Well, I say my man, I don't know. I don't know if you're like, I assume in genders again, I do apologise. Where are you from, if I may ask? No, I'm living in a van, my man. I'm living in a van. Give me, oh, Ellie's nearly done by the sounds of it. Have the eyes got a little bit better, have they? No mod for you, Seamus. No, I don't have any mods. Noah's off. See you, Noah. Good to have you, my man. I will catch up with you soon. For sure, we'll have to catch up soon. Senna getting getting worked up because I'm worked up. There we go. I'm Molly. That's who Molly is, to answer that one. We've got Stephen. What is this channel about? Well, it's about me and my van life. There you go. But no, it's about my family as well on the YouTube. We all chit chat and we all have a good time. You are welcome to stick around and have a chat too. What's all them tools for? Well, they're not tools. They're kitchen utensils. They're above my kitchen, which is behind me. Lurking, yeah. Uh, Sheffield, cool. I've been up through there a few times heading to the Peak District. You got some lovely walks on your back door, haven't you? Yes, I'm not sure what this looks like. Oh dear. I'm assuming it's going to look something like a silver fox, like running through the trees. That would be funny. And you know, and I always think this as well, because I've got basically, I quite often wear my orange top here. And I guess a fox is kind of like almost, this is not quite the colour of a fox, but it's similar. And then I've got like the grey hair, so everyone comes in and calls me silver fox. I'm like, well, yeah, I guess. Is that how long it took you, Elliot? An hour and 51 minutes. I will be interested to see how it looks. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Tiring day. Talking of which, I think it's probably time to wrap this up. It has been lovely having everybody in. I appreciate you all. Any new people, do hit that sub button for me. But everyone else, it's been a pleasure as always. Oh, Ellie's saying, Moldy, can you get your other phone, please, and look at your community? I'll look at it when I get off here. And then I'll message you. Okay. Taylor saying, I'm sweating in Australia. It's always like this. Well, yeah. I mean, from what I hear, it's pretty warm over there this time of year. It's your summer, innit? Yeah, great, Steve. Hope to catch you again. Bye, Sue. Bye, everybody else. It's been tremendous as always. I'll see you tomorrow. You have fun.